Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We are excited to have you join us as we explore the intelligent features of ICT products designed to enhance the resiliency of your DC network sites. In just a few moments, we'll hear from Cody, ICT's Business Development Manager. Cody will walk us through the powerful capabilities of our products and how they can transform the way you manage your network infrastructure for maximum reliability. Following Cody's presentation, we will transition to Q&A session, where you will have the opportunity to ask questions and gain deeper insights. Handling your questions today will be Robin, ICT's application engineer, who brings a wealth of technical expertise to the table. Remember, you can submit your questions at any time through the chat feature. We will do our best to address them all during the Q&A session. And yeah, without further ado, I'll pass the mic over to Cody to kick things off. Cody, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Osman. All right, good morning, afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us here today. We certainly appreciate your time. I understand time is usually our most valuable asset. So we're gonna try to get through this in a lean way. We're gonna cover a lot of things as we move along here. So just a personal introduction quickly. As Osman said, my name is Cody Cochran, Business Development Manager here at ICT. Joined back in August, late July, early August of 2023. I've been mostly in the fixed wireless access space throughout the years, but have known and worked with ICT for the past 15 years. So it was a kind of a no-brainer to come on over. So it's been a great experience so far. As Osman had mentioned, we will be taking questions as we move along, so feel free to pop them in the chat. If you don't see the chat on the platform, there is a little orange arrow that will open up the GUI for you to type them in. Again, feel free to type them in as we go along. We will have time blocked at the end of the webinar to cover those off. And we're also going to be following up with all attendees personally following the webinar, and we'll be more than happy to go into more detail on specific products, specific solutions, our GUI, in more detail with you. So again, this is just a bird's eye view, really general overview of ICT and what we do. So with that, let's get things kicked off. So just a little bit about ICT. We are a leader in TCP/IP remote DC power management solutions. Again, here, the key takeaway is remote management. We're going to be touching on this quite a bit as we move along through the presentation. DC power conversion company focused on communication markets since 1986. So we've been around for over 35 years, making these solutions, tailoring these solutions for all kinds of verticals and markets and customer types. We're going to dive into that a little bit as well. So we're certainly not a new kid on the block if you're not familiar with who we are. We're a fully integrated electronics design manufacturer. All of our solutions are designed, tested, approved, engineered in-house by our North American engineering staff. Primary power vendor to industry-leading OEMs and channel partners all throughout Canada and the US. So a lot of household name OEMs have made us their primary DC power solutions provider. We actually have a dedicated sales staff member who manages our OEMs exclusively. And we also have a large channel throughout North America that stocks and supports our solutions. And we have 2 channel managers internally here on the sales team that help us manage those channel partners. Customer-driven innovation, creating differentiated DC power solutions. So customer feedback is extremely important to us. We're always asking for feedback from our users, our customers, our prospects, to better improve our solutions to fit everyone's unique needs. So we welcome all types of feedback, whether it be positive, negative, neutral, whatever it is. We're always happy to take that feedback and learn from it. So Osman is going to get a poll up on the screen here that we're going to ask everybody, just a simple 1-question poll. So you should see that popping up on your screen. And then Osman will take us through the results real quickly on that before we move along.
Yes, I will just wait for a minute for everyone to submit their answer. Okay, just holding on for 10 more seconds. Okay. Here are the results. Over to you, Cody.
Okay, thanks, Osman. All right, we'll carry on. Thank you, everyone, for participating there. So now we're going to get into what are the benefits of remote monitoring and controlling your DC power solutions, your power solutions on site. So we'll start in the middle there, operating expenses. Obviously, this is a main focus no matter what industry you're in, what type of organization you are. Keeping your OpEx down is obviously a very important goal of everyone. So our solutions do help keep operating expenses down, resulting in the lowest total cost of ownership. And ROI on a lot of our solutions can be obtained in some cases, solving a single issue that you're having on site remotely, so quickly and efficiently. So we'll start at the top circle, we'll work our way clockwise. Fewer site visits. This is probably the biggest piece of feedback we get from our customer base, is cutting down those unnecessary site visits that can be eliminated by having that remote management and control and capability built in. So again, ability to resolve issues without physically having to access a site. You're not tying up your field staff to roll trucks, and even in some extreme cases, helicopters, snowmobiles, ATVs. In a perfect world, our sites would be a kilometer or a mile away from where we are, but unfortunately, that's not reality for us. And so just, and what this allows you to do, it allows you to focus on moving forward rather than pausing internal progress to be constantly troubleshooting existing portions of your network. And there's a lot of factors that come into this: spotty power grids, short-staffed. These are the kinds of issues that we're hearing from our customer base. So just moving over to the reduced time to resolution. So whether you're IT, your NOC department, it could be a team of 20, it could be a single person, you can dive into issues as they're happening, as they come up. And you can understand if a device just needs a simple power cycle. Anything in the electronic space, no matter what kind of device you have, always number one troubleshoot is, did you turn it off and turn it on again? And a lot of time that can solve very simple issues if you have a device that potentially locks up on you. We know taking that, saving that time, again, equals money. Increased monitoring and control. So it allows you to be proactive versus being reactive. So being able to monitor your power metrics on site remotely and adapt to any changes, make tweaks that might be required as you move along, and things like planned power outages that you might be aware of, incoming storms, all of these things that come up unexpectedly or even expectedly, you can again be proactive versus reacting to those. Excuse me. Increased network performance. So in a lot of cases, your network performance is only as reliable as the power on site. I'm a wireless guy at heart, so keeping uptime as close to 5 nines as possible, that 99.999% uptime. And what this allows you to do, the more resilient your network is, the better it's operating, the performance being improved. You're going to keep your upper management, you're going to keep your clients, your customers, anybody who is relying on that network, keeping them as satisfied as possible. So just some features and benefits that we bring to the table with our solutions: scalable and configurable. Our modular systems, they have a variety of form factors to allow for efficient deployments for today, and then they can be scaled up later on if your power requirements do increase on site. So not only are you putting in a system that's going to handle what you need now, you can also future-proof yourself a little bit so you're not forklifting equipment constantly. Individual monitoring and control of outputs. You're going to hear me say this a few times today. This really is ICT's secret sauce in a lot of our solutions. Nobody else in the industry that we're aware of is doing this. So rather than having to affect an entire site, say you need to do a power cycle, you have one device that's locking up, rather than having to take the entire site's power down, you can just individually power cycle that individual output. So as opposed to having to, again, make changes to the entire site, everything that's hooked up to that DC system, you can do it on an individual basis, which is extremely helpful. Network watchdog, this is a great feature. Our system can automatically ping your switch or your router to make sure that it's maintaining connectivity. If it doesn't receive a response, the system can automatically perform a power cycle and try to bring that connectivity back online for you. Again, this is an optional feature. Some of our customers take advantage of it. Some of them just use the alarm functionality. We'll get into that a little bit more as we move along here. Load shedding. So in the case of a main power outage and you're switching over to your battery backup, for example, the system can automatically load shed those non-critical devices that you might have on site. So it's going to keep your battery or your backup system, whatever you have, up and running longer. And once that main power comes back online, you can have the system automatically start powering up all the devices that you load, that you had set on the load shedding option. Okay, just some more features, benefits here, just continuing on. So enhanced security and connectivity. We are compatible with industry standard SMP and TLS protocols. Allows our system metrics that we're pulling can be implemented into different network management solutions. Everybody's using different types, different kinds, kind of tying all of their network pieces into one management system. SolarWinds is a good example, a fairly common platform we see out there. Alarm reporting and data logging. So instant notification of issues on site, whether it be through text message, email, however you want to configure that, set that up. And again, this is going to let you know instantly if you're having an issue on site. So it's going to help you troubleshoot in a quick and efficient manner. And it also keeps a record of all the past alarms that have come up. So if you are reviewing certain sites, are we seeing issues with a specific output? Are we seeing, specific issues with our battery backup? What kind of alarms are we seeing pop up? And then that allows you to, maybe you do have to make some changes on site, upgrade some things, whatever it is. You're able to have that information logged for yourself and your team. Battery backup connections. So a lot of our solutions do advanced battery management. We support both lead acid and lithium ion batteries. So, pick your flavor there. We can help, we are compatible with those. I have a little bit more on this that's in our GUI. I have a slide coming up, so we'll touch on that a little bit more. Integrated LVD, just like it says on the slide, protects your system batteries from over discharge. So we're going to talk about our GUI to start here, or to kind of carry on here. So there is a QR code on the right-hand side of your screen there. If you do scan that, it'll take you to a live demo of our GUI for our hybrid ultra system. We'll pick this system. It does show a lot of feature functionality you'll see in a variety of our solutions out there. If you did miss scanning it on this slide, don't worry, it will be populated on the next few. And we do have GUI demos for all of our intelligence solutions on our website that are fully functional, interactive. You can really poke through and you'll get the full experience of what you would have as if it was in your own network. We're not going to be doing a full demo of the GUI today. That can take some time. However, if you are interested in really diving in and getting a full tour of the functionality, we are more than happy to do that on a one-on-one basis with you. Again, we're going to be following up with everybody individually, and if we want to have a conversation about your specific network, your specific requirements, we're more than happy to do that. And it's also important to remember, our intelligent products do not need additional software. So there's no additional software to load. It's all standard, it's all web-based, whether you're using your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone, it's all there. And our GUI is consistent throughout our products as well. So just a quick view here. This is for one of our hybrid power systems. This is your system status page. So when you do log into the system, this is what you're going to see. Just kind of gives you the summary of what's going on that device, on that site. So you can see you have your DC output metrics here, any system alarms on any portion of that product. The hybrid has a converter built in, so you're going to see some metrics and stats on that. We have our load distribution modules here, what's going on, any alarms, battery management, and your AC mains coming in. So just getting into the battery management portion here. So you can monitor battery metrics and status. So things like battery voltage, your charge current, discharge current, battery temperature, state of charge, and your runtime remaining. You're going to get all of that information remotely, so you can know the health of your battery systems on site. Battery equalization charging. So this keeps those batteries in optimal condition, increases their lifespan. Again, that results in CapEx savings. Strings of batteries are typically not cheap, especially if you're looking at lithium ion. So again, just keeping those battery strings, those backup systems, expanding their lifespan, keeping those OpEx, keeping the CapEx savings right there for you. Battery discharge testing. This is a great feature. You see it over here. So you can regularly test your battery health to ensure that you have the desired capacity for your backup needs when you need them. So you can preemptively potentially see any issues before they might come up, where that battery backup system kicks in and maybe it doesn't have enough juice, you're having issues. This way you can, again, being proactive where, oh, we need to go make some changes, we need to swap out some batteries. It's allowing you to do those tests remotely, so you can just keep an eye on your sites. So load management. Again, I had kind of touted this before. So monitoring individual load status and metrics, system voltage, load currents, load device status. You're seeing all of that. Again, the load shedding, I touched on that. Here's just for one of the outputs. Again, you do it on an individual basis. So you can, again, automatically or manually, if you prefer, disconnect those non-critical loads when you're in battery backup mode. Again, keep your devices running longer, saving battery life, keeping that site up as long as possible in the event of an outage. Power cycling, again, did you turn it off and turn it on again? You can cycle that power to individual load devices to reboot those locked up or non-operational devices. You see here we have the outputs on, off. This is all done remotely. Again, just reducing those costly and time-consuming truck rolls, saving OpEx, and reducing that network downtime interruptions. And of course, you do have the ability to do a master complete flip of the switch if you so choose. So alarm notifications. So this is just a quick view here. I touched on this. So when you go into that portion of the GUI, you can see your active alarms here, what needs to be addressed, what is still open, what is an active open alarm. And then you have your history here. You can pull this data out of the GUI as well, so you can, again, monitor, manage, maintain what is going on. Are we seeing repeat issues? How do we solve them? Keep that network up and running longer. This is a busy slide. This is really a good portion of our portfolio. It's not the complete portfolio, but a lot of our more popular products. So if we look over here, We have our DC power systems, our modular power series, and our hybrid series. So these are, our a la carte kind of modular systems that are customizable. And then we go down and we have our Platinum series, an intelligent DC power supply. And then we have our Pro series, which is a non-intelligent device, just a little bit more of a cost-effective power supply if you have a site that's maybe not critical, maybe a little closer to home. But just talking about the two power systems here, so we do have them in 1RU, 2RU form factors. You can get up to 12,000 watts of output power. Hot swappable N+1 redundant power modules. We have 700 watt and 1500 watt options there. Battery management module, dual or single string, and intelligent load distribution modules. And again, there's a bunch of different configurations that you can see on the spec sheets that are on our website. So again, we can kind of customize, tailor to that exact site's needs. Platinum and Pro series, just real quick here. They do have optional battery backup with that integrated LVD. The Platinum series is intelligent, as I had mentioned, and the Pro series is a more cost-effective, non-intelligent option. Distribution panels. So just the main concept of a distribution panel, if you're not aware, so you're taking your main power, you're taking the main power system and you're splitting it out into individual outputs, again, which you can individually manage, monitor, control. Tell me if you heard me say that one before. These guys also come dual bus architecture. We have a bunch of different flavors, and again, we can help spec in the proper models that you would need for your individual sites. We have inverters as well. So if you do have AC devices, a couple of devices that have to be AC and you want to tie them into our system, into the intelligent portion, we got you covered there. 115 VAC output. The sine wave series is a 1500 watt with intelligence. And the site inverter is a 300 watt non-intelligent model. So DIN series, I am going to talk about this a little bit more than the others. This is a bit of a newer product for us. We launched it back in 2023. It's been extremely popular. It's been extremely successful for us. We had a lot of customers asking for the same feature functionality that we bring in our 19-inch rack mounted solutions into a smaller form factor. So for those micro pop sites, SCADA sites, really common, anything with an enclosure. So there's two portions to our DIN rail. So we have our power supply unit here. This includes, you get your temperature compensated battery charging, adjustable current limit, and the internal LVD, just like on our other solutions. And the real magic happens is when you pair the power supply unit with the distribution unit. So again, the PDU, it has 6 outputs, again, individually managed, monitored, controlled, all of the same functionality I've already talked about in a nice smaller form factor. C alarm contacts, so if you want to implement things like door open alarms, smoke alarms, water ingress alarms, all possible with these guys. Our software, we touched on that, so that was some of the GUI slides I went through. Again, not an additional purchase, not an additional piece of software to actually load. It's all standard on our intelligent devices. And just as a note, we do have other solutions that aren't shown here. DC to DC converters, desktop power supplies, desktop DC UPSs, etc. All that listed on our website. And again, we are happy to discuss those individual solutions with you one-on-one. So why ICT? What sets us apart from our competitors? Well, we have industry-leading lead times. So obviously the COVID effect, I know we still talk about it sometimes, painful for everybody, but we really got to tip our hat to our operations and logistics teams for getting us out of the mud there. We have a 99% on-time delivery rate over the past 2 years. Typical lead times will be under 4 weeks. We have our stock channel throughout US and Canada. We've also ramped up our own internal stock to help the channel out as well. So we want to make sure that we're getting products to our customers in a timely, efficient manner. North American manufacturing, really important. It allows for advanced quality control in-house. extremely low failure rates, and that's going all the way back to 1986. We see our operations, our engineering, they're constantly working to improve the quality of our products. Again, we have to tip our hats to them. And this also allows us to plan for maybe larger scale deployments with customers in a more efficient and effective manner. Again, keeping the product moving, keeping our customers moving forward. That's key for us. Ease of use and simple installation. So there's no covers to remove to make your wiring connections, no bolt-on components, no separate software to load and maintain. We try to keep this as simple as possible for our customer base. We have detailed manuals, product information, wiring diagrams, and we're happy to work with our customers on their unique needs. And in some cases, we've actually constructed wiring diagrams, put them together based on requests from our customers. So again, we're not shy to help out. We're always happy to be there to make sure that your field staff, your tech staff, everybody's comfortable in deploying our solutions. Highly knowledgeable and responsive technical support and customer service. Again, I have to tip my hat to these groups as well. If you're sending an email into us, if you're calling us, you're going to get an answer right away. It's nothing more frustrating than reaching out and getting no response or taking days to get a response. We work with our customers pre and post sales. We're not just going to say, oh, thanks for buying the box, good luck. We want to be there throughout the process. We help our customers design systems so we can, again, have those conversations with you, understand what it is that you need, your expectations for battery backup, and we can tailor a system, put all the pieces together for you, and then be able to pass that over. So we're also happy to do that. We can do things like training. Again, we have all those technical resources for our customer base just to help them out. We want to make sure that we are involved. Once we get our customers on board, they typically stick with us for a number of years. So it's a long-term relationship as opposed to, hey, buy the box and good luck. Just quickly here, so some of the verticals we serve, so we're very diversified. Service providers is a great piece of business for us. We're seeing with a lot of these newer fixed access radios, fiber networks, all of these things we're getting involved in. A lot of this newer technology, PoE just doesn't cut it anymore. You need to have a rectifier system in place. And so we've really grown in this space over the past few years. We're seeing an increase in hybrid networks, those fiber and fixed wireless access kind of combining together. And our reputation with service providers on their fixed wireless has opened doors into their fiber networks, those OLTs, those head ends, getting us involved there. So we can help out in any of those areas. Land mobile radio, this is also a very important vertical and a market for us. ICT really kind of got rocket shipped out, taking care of this market. We've been playing here for many, many years. These are extremely critical networks that people are relying on 24/7, 365. We've been there every step of the way, and we continue to see that business always consistent, always growing. Again, those networks are extremely critical, so they do trust ICT to handle their power needs and requirements there. I won't speak to the other ones in as much detail. We do play in the industrial markets. Again, there's lots of fixed wireless access, SCADA, all of these type of renewable energy, all of these type of markets that we're involved in. City and municipal, we see smart city networks, municipal networks continuing to expand their capabilities and what they're delivering. Tier 1, Tier 2 carriers, we're starting to make some breakthroughs with some of those larger guys. And security and surveillance networks. These are continuously growing vertical for us as well. We're seeing cameras, we're seeing security, surveillance everywhere, not just in urban areas, but also out in rural areas as well. Bit of a busy slide here, but the industry ecosystem. So this really does show how diverse our solutions are with the industries we are doing business in, and with every individual technology and device that at least everybody on this session should be familiar with at least one of these pieces of gear. You see a lot of the household name manufacturers listed there. Again, this is just a quick snapshot, not all of them, but we try to maintain strong relationships with those manufacturers. We stay up on what they're doing. They're keeping us looped in, and a lot of times we collaborate and work together with them. Our solutions really complement what they bring to the table. So just a couple of site images here. So this is a fixed wireless broadband site. We have one of our modular power systems here. It's got 5 power modules in here. Again, these are hot swappable. We have blanking plates, so if you don't need to fill them all, you don't need that much power. Again, you can future-proof yourself just by slotting one in. Down the road, no need to turn the system down. We have our dual string battery management here, again, with that built-in LVD and the advanced metrics, and 2 load distribution modules. Again, there's a few different flavors of how we can put these together based on your specific site's needs. And we have 3 dual bus distribution panels here. So it looks like this specific customer split them out by positive 24, negative 48, and another negative 48. So quite a few devices on this site, a little busy. And then a fiber to the premise site here. So we got the same MPS unit from what I can see here. Again, 5 power modules, battery management, load distribution modules. And then we also have one of our front access distribution panels, which is a nice product that we have in our portfolio. Again, trying to bring those options, being flexible site by site. We want the power to be a simple part of those networks. I'm not going to read all this. This is just some customer feedback. Couple of these quotes are from our case studies. There is a QR code there in the bottom right if you want to check some of those out, see some of the projects, customers we've been involved in. Feel free to do that. And a couple of these are actually just from industry social media groups. So peers talking to peers about different solutions. So we certainly enjoy those compliments. And again, we are always open to feedback, ears open. We listen to our customer base. It is very important to us. So just in summary here, before we get to our Q&A, so we've established ourselves as a reputable power solutions provider for many years, 35 plus years. Hope we've shown off at least some of this today. Our products have unique features that can offer significant benefits to our customers, again, to our customers and to their networks. Our product design, manufacturing quality, it's critical in the markets and applications we serve. Again, I touched on that with the LMR market. Service providers, obviously their networks are extremely important with how sensitive customer churn can be. In industrial networks, all of these, they need to be up, they need to be running. And our excellent pre and post sales support, it's recognized by customers across the industry. Like I had mentioned earlier, once we get customers on board and they start working with us and using our solutions, we stay involved, we stay in contact, we make sure that we're bringing them what they need. So we like to look at it as a long-term relationship, not just as a, point of sale, okay, good luck. So with that, Robin is our systems engineer. So Osman is the marketing coordinator working on this. So I'm going to pass it over to them to address the questions, and then I'll do the outro. So I'll pass it over to you guys.
Thanks, Cody. There are a few questions. I will start with the first one from Andrew. Is there a roadmap to have an inverter module for the modular series?
Hi there, I'll answer that. We have got some feedbacks, but right now we don't have the right business case to have it on priority, but it is on the roadmap. But its ETA is not yet known.
Okay, to the next one from Mark. To my knowledge, your online software does not graph the data. Do you have a recommended solution for graphing your data?
Yes, so our power systems will store the data and you can export them. And once you export it, you can graph the data easily on your Excel or anywhere.
Okay, to the next one. On your rectifier and distribution systems, do you have something that has positive 125 volt DC input and negative 48 volt DC output?
Unfortunately, right now we don't have that option, but this has come up, has been coming up quite frequently, and our management is reviewing that. So possibly we will have a solution for that. We recently received such request for a SCADA application as well, where they had some redundancy between AC and DC input. So we are looking into it. Thank you for asking.
To the next one, question from Mark. We have had difficulties starting other vendors' equipment after an extended outage, especially as we add huge battery banks. Does your battery management module guarantee that the load voltage will be immediately restored when the power comes back, no matter the size of the battery bank?
That is correct. We have never heard any issues like that. Our power transfer is quite seamless between AC and DC whenever AC is lost. So there should not be any issue regarding that. And every time you lose your power or it comes back, if with our power system, you will get an email or SMS for that as well, so you know what is happening at site. Thank you. Okay.
Very good and very common question. Why does people use minus 48 volts?
It has a long history. One of it is it is standardized right now with telecommunications where they are using minus 48. The history behind it goes with the corrosion part of it. With positive voltages, you will get more corrosion on the lines. With negative, it doesn't. And something to do with interference as well.
Okay, I think all the questions answered. We can wait for another minute if someone else wants to ask another question. Other than that, at the end of the webinar, please fill the survey. There's just 4 short questions just to get the feedback about this webinar and ICT products and product features. You can also find the recording of this webinar in your inbox next day. And if you don't have any other questions, we will end the webinar here. Oh, we have one more question. We have one more question.
Oh, okay.
Are the DC products able to do both positive and negative 48 volts?
Yes, Andrew. Our products can produce both positive and negative 48 volts as needed, in addition to 12 volts and 24 volts. But one system will have 1 voltage. But if 2 voltages are needed, it's an added information. Our hybrid series will provide you with 48 and 24 combination or 24 and 12. So yes, the answer to your question is yes.
All right. So yeah, we'll leave the questions open. So if you have any last minute ones, folks, feel free to fire them in. I do want to thank everybody for attending here today. Please do check us out on social media. As Osman had said, this recording is going to be popped up on our YouTube channel. We are also very active on Facebook, LinkedIn. We have a newsletter that you can sign up for on our website. So please do check that out. And we're going to be actively generating more direct to market content as we move forward in 2024. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see, again, please feel free to reach out and let us know. We also, just a reminder, I know we kind of went through a lot of information here in a short amount of time. We will be following up with each of you individually. If you want to have a conversation about your specific needs, want to go through the portfolio in more detail, maybe get a tour of that GUI, we're more than happy to do that. And yes, please do fill out that survey that Osman had mentioned. We want to make sure that we're delivering, applicable, appropriate, and interesting content to you. So again, thank you all so much for attending today. And with that, we'll cap things off if no other questions came in.
Thank you all for joining our webinar.
Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good rest of your day.